Good evening. I'm Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Tonight, KhaderGate.
Let's get it popping.
I am Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, KhaderGate. We'll discuss the most recent update on the investigation into former City Council President Mike Khader. We'll break down the plot to destroy and assassinate his character. The conspiracy.
Freddy wins. Fatality.
Good evening, folks. I'm Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. How you doing tonight? Thank you. Sit down, please, sit down. Love the applause from my audience. Very gracious. Tonight's episode is titled KhaderGate. That's right, KhaderGate. I'll be talking about the City Council or former City Council President Mike Khader, the most recent update on the investigation into quid quo pro, as well as the plot. Who were the conspirators? How did it all go down? And what is Mike Khader doing about it? Did he go away? Did he lay down and die? Have anyone heard from Khader? Mike Khader, are you out there? Well, I want to start today with a little bit of tonight with the backstory. Again, I'm sure many of you know Mike Khader, former City Council President, who was beaten in the primaries last June by Lakeisha Collins-Bellamy, the current City Council President who defeated Ron Matten, Republican, in the general election back in November. That race did not go on without its craziness. Mike Khader, many of you know, was attacked during the entire campaign with negative political ads, robocalls, and robo-text messages. Text messages to his family, including his wife, and neighbors. But that wasn't the only way that the conspirators wanted to attack and assassinate his character and ensure that he would not be reelected. They decided to create a story that will lead to an investigation that is still ongoing today. Mike Khader was accused of quid quo pro early June of last year, stemming from his apparent relationship with the law firm Smith Bus Jacobs, whose law offices are located at 733 Yonkers Avenue. According to the allegations, the former City Council President was receiving free office space in exchange for a contract given to Smith Bus Jacobs, a $60,000 contract to be the counsel for the City Council President. However, what many do not know is that the former City Council President at the time was going through a lot in his personal life, and I can understand. In my past conversations with the City Council President, we actually opened up a little bit about our personal lives, and we shared some stuff. We had some things in common, and I can understand exactly how this could have gotten misconstrued. But not only was it misconstrued, it was purposely created so people can misconstrue what was actually happening there. He has the documentation to prove it. However, this is not about a quid quo pro case. Ultimately, this is about the mayor's race and assuring that the former City Council President was not a viable candidate to become the next city mayor. And that is the reason why the investigation is still ongoing. Many say, why still continue if he's not in office anymore? Because they know that Mike Khader is and will always be a strong candidate for Yonkers mayor. In fact, I think he'd become a stronger candidate. And my bets are on him. Let's talk about this whole plot. How did it all come about? The conspirators came up with this plan. It was a well-devised plan. And they needed the assistance of a certain, should I call it, news publication? That news publication was ruled by a judge to be supermarket tabloid, not credible journalism, not a journalistic page, and the editor, not a journalist. He creates allegations. He creates conspiracies. He creates rumors, which is why he is under a lawsuit now. $17 million lawsuit for his post and articles about the Yonkers Police Union president, Keith Olson. Way to go, Keith. However, it wasn't money they were after, and they realized that they can utilize him in other ways. Remember, he doesn't have $17 million to give them. Hell, he doesn't have a pot to piss in. What are they going to get from him? They're going to get him to write articles because people read them. So they went to the gentleman who many of you know who I'm talking about to create an article, create allegations once again. This time about the city council president and quid pro quo between his office mates, Smith, Bus, Jacobs, and he. The article went out. That was step one. Step two, I asked Mike Breen. Allegedly, he was involved in step two. That was to go over to a gentleman and ask that he write a letter based off that article. And the gentleman did. Well, I tell you now that the gentleman regrets that. He understands that he was used. He understands that he ruined someone's political career. And more importantly, and worst of all, his family was attacked. And what I say to that gentleman is, you are a good man. I've spoken with you. I can understand how politics can be dirty. I think the right thing to do is to let it all out. State publicly exactly what happened. That's how you make it right. Well, it was from that letter that was sent to the city council that initiated this investigation. The city council members, all but Khader, sat patiently waiting for this letter to arrive. Once the letter arrived, it was on to the next step of the plot. That was to activate the mole within the former city council president's office, his chief of staff, the wife of political operative and assassin, Zahi Jerris. She sent a letter over to the council in regards to a hostile work environment. After that, she took medical leave and then made her way to DPW, where she is currently employed. Once the council, the six, we shall call them the infamous six, receive both letters, they themselves had a letter drafted up Who wrote that letter? I doubt it was the majority leader. I don't think it was Corazon. Not sure if it was John. Definitely wasn't Moranti. He's not touching that. Mike Breen, that's a toss-up. Shanae, probably not. She wanted to do as least as possible, but she was still involved. Now, I want to read you the letter that the council sent over, and we'd like to know who drafted this letter. Was it one of the council members, and if so, who? Let's look at this letter. Exhibit 1. Dear Inspector General McLaughlin, we, the undersigned members of and majority of the City Council, write to you today under C-72A of the City Charter entitled Powers and Duties. Pursuant to this section, we formally request that your office open an inquiry into two matters that have recently come to our attention and to that of the public regarding the conduct of the City Council President, Michael Khader. The first matter concerns whether the relationship between Mr. Khader and his legal counsel, Jeffrey Buss, as well as that of Mr. Buss's firm, Smith, Buss, and Jacobs, complies with the ethics code of the City of Yonkers, as well as any and all applicable city and state laws. The second matter is in regards to an ex-employee's comments to Mr. Khader regarding whether a hostile work environment existed and or continues to exist in the office of the City Council President. Recognizing the importance of these allegations, we urge you to take every step necessary to ensure that a thorough, efficient, and transparent inquiry is conducted, which addresses both real and perceived conflicts so that the public may have good faith in your office findings on these matters. Sincerely, Corazon Pineda, Majority Leader, Shanae Williams, Council Member for District 1, Minority Leader Mike Breen, Council Member District 5, Tasha Diaz, Council Member District 3, John Rubel, Council Member, District 4, and Anthony J. Moranti, Council Member District 6. District 6. Check out Shanae's handwriting, very Trumpish. How cute is Tasha Diaz? Very, well, Disney-ish, Mickey Mouse-ish. I almost thought this was the Mickey Mouse ears here. Mike Breen quickly wanted to do this. Corazon. It's neat. It's neat. John, he doesn't even want you to see his name, really. And Anthony Moranti, he wrote it. He signed it like he signs any other document, because to him, in his mind, was out of sight, out of mind, whatever. I'm just going to sign this. I'm going along because that's how he rationalized it in his head. Shanae Williams, for her signature, her Donald Trump-like signature, she was supported against Tim Idoni, to which she lost. But that wasn't really a possibility for her to win, although the Zahi team is very good at manipulating. Although when someone is egotistical, it's a lot easier to manipulate them. And she got manipulated. Yeah, that's right. You thought you had a chance. You figured you'd be out of there. Onto the county level. I won't have to deal with that mess anymore. I'll sign it. Shame on you. Shame on you. Tasha, Mr. Khader had you in his house. You were doing cooking videos with his children. Shame on you. Shame on you. Rubo, way to be you. Way to be you. Moranti, come on. Come on, guy. Okay? God is not going to say you didn't know, so you're good. You're going to get to come in. No. He knows what you're thinking. He knows what's in your heart. You don't have to say it. And Mr. Breen, You're as greasy as they come. You're as greasy as they come. Limo company done. Move on to politics. Exhibit 2. Subpoena. Deuces tecum. Tecum? Did I say that right? You are hereby commanded that all business and excuses being laid aside, you appear with or produce the requested records before the Department of Inspector General of the City of Yonkers, City Hall, 5th floor, 40th South Broadway, Yonkers, New York, on Monday, the 14th day of June 21st. Geez, they might as well have done it on the primary day. At 10 a.m., well, actually, that would have worked out because it might have been too late. And at any recessed or adjourned date thereto, to testify in the matter of an investigation relating to your business and contractual relationships with the firm of Smith Bus Jacobs, services of Lena, Badar Design, services of Charles Melander, and allegations of discriminatory or harassing behavior towards City of Yonkers employees now being conducted before the Inspector General pursuant to Article, somebody help me with the Roman numerals there, please, Section C72 of the Charter of City of Yonkers, and that you bring with you and produce at time and place aforesaid any and all books, records, and documents, including electronic versions related to such investigation, including but not limited to. This is what they requested. This was initially quashed by a judge, but he then reissued these same subpoenas. Any and all documents related to your and or Khader Law's PC's payment of rent, including but not limited to lease and sublease agreement, canceled checks, receipts, and bank statements. Non-rental information may be redacted from the bank statement regarding office space at 733 Yonkers Avenue, Yonkers, New York. The relevant period is June 30th, 2017 until the present. Any and all documents too related to you and your and or Khader Law, receipt or payment of telephone bills, internet service, parking expenses, and or other utilities related to the office space at 733, the relevant period of June 30th, 2017 till present. 3, any ethics opinion and or related documents regarding your and or Khader Law, rental or use of office space, again at the location. Number 4, tax returns of Khader Law reflecting payments of rent or expenses, including but not limited to telephone bills, internet service, other utilities, office furniture, and or equipment related to office. All you need to look at is a lease and canceled checks. That's it. From a certain time, which is from the period of June 30th to 2017. Unbelievable. 5, any and all documents, including emails and or text messages with any attorney, employee, or agent of the law firm of Smith Bus Jacobs. What? If this is an issue of rent, all you have to do is, again, look at the lease, look at canceled checks, which he has. He has. Consistently paid. Any and all documents, including emails and or text messages regarding any referral fees or fee sharing arrangements between or among you, Khader Law, and Smith Bus Jacobs, including any individuals who were attorneys with Smith Bus Jacob at the time. What? Doesn't this seem like it's done to bog him down during the primaries? Any and all documents related to any allegations of work-related discrimination, harassment, or hostile environment by you or in the office of the city council president. So they wait all those years until he's going to run for re-election to bring it up? I mean, how bad was it? It's not about victim shaming, definitely not, but I mean, why didn't you leave sooner? You can, I'm going to post this stuff. You can look at it. I don't want to read all of it. But that was the, the subpoenas there, the letter from the city council. That was a setup. That was 1,000% a setup. And it's a shame that that's how our city government operates here in the city of Yonkers. Why did they want Khader out? It's not just because he was going to be the mayor. It's not just because of that. It's because he went against the grain. He wasn't a puppet. And one of the biggest things, and I was thinking about this, is the developers and the developments. Mike Khader did not want to move as quickly as, let's say, Councilman Rubo did. Rubo wanted to speed ahead. Remember, these guys didn't even want to talk about the housing ordinance, and it's a shame that some of these organizations out here that fight for discrimination, racism, did not stand up and support the former city council president, because he was the only one that was pushing for that housing ordinance. He's the only one that stood his ground. It was all a setup. It was all a setup. Legal counsel wrote the letter. Right. Absolutely. That's why I asked the question. You think any of them could type a letter like that? I love it. Greasy as they come. Yeah. This was a fishing expedition. 1,000%. And they're still fishing. But they know they're not going to find anything. It's about keeping him bogged down, exhausting his finances, exhausting his emotional energy, his mental energy. You need to investigate Rebecca. I can't say that name. Nova. Thank you. Good to see you again, Jake. I'm writing that down. Becky Nova from Buena Vista. Who's that? Well, once that letter was sent over to Liam McLaughlin, the Inspector General, a Republican and arch nemesis of Mike Khader, immediately launched an investigation. And if you don't know, Mike Khader beat Liam McLaughlin to become the city council president. Once Liam lost, they moved him over to the Inspector General's office. His attorney, Mark Constantine, who is currently representing John Rubo in a lawsuit for unpaid wages in federal court currently, and I'll be presenting documents on that, is representing Mark Constantine is representing him in that. He's also the counsel for the Republicans, Mr. Breen and Mr. Moranti. But according to the Inspector General and the Yonkers City Council, Matt Gallagher, it's okay for a council member to utilize the services and do business with a longtime vendor. Why did Tasha Diaz get rid of Christian? And who replaced him as a counsel for the Democrats? Who didn't like Christian? Got rid of Christian and they brought in someone from Harris Beach. Why does Harris Beach have so many contracts with the city? Harris Beach, the same law firm that represented the infamous masseuse, who challenged the two opponents or would-be opponents of John Rubo for the District 4 primary race. This guy had Harris Beach for 2 court cases and an appeal. Either someone is paying for those attorneys, Harris Beach, they're providing free legal service, or he is rubbing a lot of backs. But they have tons of contracts with the city. They represent the YIDA. And now the Democrats in the council, Mr. Constantine, who represents John Rubo in his lawsuit battle, where employees are accusing him of not paying them their wages, although he took out PPP loans. Maybe he needed them. I guess maybe you could use them for something else. I don't know the details. I didn't take out any. But he took out PPP loans for both his companies. A perfect solution. John Rubo Inc., a company that he kept hidden until we outed it on Basement Politics. Why isn't Liam McLaughlin, the Inspector General, inquiring into that? As he is conducting business with AMS through this perfect solution. John Rubo Consulting Inc. Company, a credit card processing company. He processes payments. Payments from where? Hey, Liam, can you answer that? You don't want to add out one of your good old boys club member, do you? So yeah, this is a fishing expedition, but this is more importantly about wearing a man down to the point where he gives up. But he's not giving up. No, he's not giving up. Mr. Khader has filed lawsuits. That's right. He's filed lawsuits against the city council members who signed that letter that I just read there, as well as the Inspector General, Liam McLaughlin. And I'll share those documents with you. Supreme Court of State of New York, County of Westchester, Michael Khader, petitioner against City of Yonkers, Liam McLaughlin, in his individual and official capacities as Inspector General of the City of Yonkers. Randolph M. McLaughlin, no relation to Liam McLaughlin, an attorney duly admitted to practice before the courts of the state of New York, hereby affirms the truth of the following statements pursuant to CPLR 2106. I am a counsel at Newman Ferreira, LLP attorney for petitioner Mike Khader, City Council President, City of Yonkers, and as such, I am fully familiar with the facts and circumstances set forth below. I respectfully submit this affirmation in support of petitioner's petition herein in order to show cause seeking to quash subpoenas. This is when they submit, to quash the subpoenas. Let me get the lawsuit. I'm sorry. Wrong document. I got a bunch of documents. He's filing lawsuit against every single member of that council. Tasha Diaz, Corazon, Mike Breen, Shanae Williams. Are they concerned? Has any of them mentioned it? Harris Beach and Empire Strategic Planning, a perfect couple. That's right. Harris Beach also represents Empire Strategic Planning, the consulting company owned by former Senator Nick Spano, who has done a lot of business with companies and organizations here within the city of Yonkers, such as St. Joseph, St. John's, Empress Ambulance Services, and others. Oftentimes receiving $10,000, $20,000 payments a month from these companies. I knew you were a girl, Jake. I knew you were a girl. You look very handsome today. I knew you were. Only a woman would say that. Well, no, not necessarily. This is 2022, not necessarily. Thank you. Not necessarily. So these lawsuits that are ongoing are the city council members concerned, and who is defending them? Who will defend? Who will be the attorneys for each of the council members? Will it be Harris Beach? Right? And Mike Breen, why did Mike Breen? What was it in it for him to have the gentleman write the letter to the city council? What was in it for him? Oh, lawsuit against Liam. Here we go. I found it. Yay. Sorry. Got a lot of stuff. I got so much information, guys. I got so much documents, so much pictures. And listen, I'm not going to put a lot of this stuff out there because some of it, unless I have to. And what I mean by that is if people want to get crazy, then let's get crazy. Right? Like the post that was posted earlier about me today. I don't understand why it mentioned my wife. But I guess that's what they felt they had to do. Jesus, that's not it either. Anyway, the gentleman who wrote the letter, I urge you to talk about it. State the truth. That's how you will set yourself free. That is how you will set yourself free. I'm trying to look for this. I should have saved these things under the name. By the way, Jeff Buss also sent a letter to Liam McLaughlin. And in that letter, he threatened to sue everyone. Same as Mike Khader. But what stood out to me in that letter was what he said. He said that several of the city council members called him up because they felt bad that they had put him in the middle of it. Why? Because he is a contributor. Smith Bus Jacobs contributes to many of their campaigns. They've even contributed to the Committee for a Better Yonkers, which attacked Mike Khader using developer money, an organization that was created by the wife of the secretary of the Yonkers Board of Ethics. Really? Really? Not very ethical. Not very ethical. So why isn't Liam McLaughlin investigating that? Why isn't he saying, who are the individuals that pressured you, that put political pressure on you, council members, to write the letter or send a letter asking or requesting for the investigation? Who? And that in itself says a whole lot. I think I got it here. I think I did. If I don't, what am I going to do? Supreme Court of State of New York, County, Westchester, Mike Khader, petitioner against City Yonkers, Liam McLaughlin, in his individual or official capacities as Inspector General of the City of Yonkers, Corazon Pineda, in her official capacity, Mike Breen, Shanae Williams, Tasha Diaz, Anthony Moranti. Did I leave anybody out? Tasha Diaz, did I leave her out? All right, so I am of counsel, blah, blah, blah. The proceeding is commenced to prevent the abuse of power by one public official. This proceeding is commenced to prevent an abuse of power by one public official, Inspector General Liam McLaughlin, against another, City Council President Khader, on the eve of the primary election for the office of City Council President. I respectfully submit this affirmation in support of petition hearing in order show cause. Oh, this is against squash subpoena. Where did I put that freaking lawsuit thing? You know what? When I get it, I'll post that up as well. I'm sorry, I didn't save it all correctly. But anyway, I'll go to the comments before I get up out of here because I'm trying to keep it to a half hour. Right? I'm listening to you guys. See? Yeah. Thanks for the handsome Mark Constantine. Freddy, you do look handsome tonight. Freddy for mayor. Yeah, Freddy. I don't know if people will vote for me. I would like to just get a survey, just out of curiosity. How many people would actually vote for me? Would you vote for me? Could you put up a picture of Lorraine Lopez? Well, once you send it to me, I promise you I will. Liam McLaughlin should investigate Tasha Diaz food bank and who really delivers the meat. I mean, which meat? Yeah, it's not feeding Westchester. Well, listen, I do want to leave you guys by saying this. I want to play a game. I don't know, Jeopardy or maybe Family Feud. We're going to go through the different floors of City Hall. And I've been given this information. And they want me to play a game. I don't know. Should I do it? You tell me. If you guys want to hear it, I'll do it. We're going to go through the mistresses on each floor by floor. And we're going to let you know who the mistresses are. I will. I'll let you know. You want to know? They should have just got me my permits. If I had my permits right now, I'd be so swamped right now. Tired would never be doing this, man. They should have just got me my permits. But you know what? God works in mysterious ways. And God is doing all this. I follow his lead because I don't even know why I'm doing this sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, why do I do this? But I can't stop, you know? So I think it's God. And a lot of people are behind me, and I feel like now I can't let people down. And again, I've extended an olive branch, you know, to speak with individuals, to do it the right way. And, you know, we'll see. But I know, you know, I hear everything because people support me, even people that are close to you guys. So I hear a lot. I know what you guys are doing. And people on the street tell me too. Yeah. Yeah. Why did Tom Meyer pull the party support from our council president? I don't know. Khader won 86% of the party endorsement. Yes. Why? It was all part of the plot to assassinate the character. Right? Didn't the mayor switch up his endorsement? And you know what's something about you union guys? You know, I'm really supporting you guys, but you guys got to also, everyone's got to clean house. Union, the Latino community, the Hispanics, we all got to clean house. Because you union guys keep endorsing people and then they screw you over. You know, so I don't understand. Why do you keep endorsing these individuals? Shifty Hall worse than a Southern brothel on Saturday night. You know, did anyone watch the town hall with John Rubo and Sustainable Westchester? Only in Yonkers can an elected official do a town hall meeting that's basically an infomercial. He did an hour-long infomercial for Sustainable Westchester. Meanwhile, someone on Riverdale is barricaded inside their apartment holding another individual hostage. And an hour and a half after that, teens are being chased through Getty Square. One of them's arrested with a gun. Had police not pulled them over, what were they going to do? Would someone else have been dead yesterday? Yet our council member, Rubo, believes that a town hall or infomercial for Sustainable Westchester is the right thing to do. And by the way, folks, opt out of it. Opt out of it. You're making them money if you don't. You want to make them money? Stay in. You want to pay more? Stay in. Fire contract settled after they threw Khader out. Yeah. And same thing is going to be the case with the housing ordinance. Why do you think Tasha Diaz did what she did? They didn't want to pass anything with Mike Khader there, especially because he was the one that authored the original affordable housing ordinance. Yeah. The Arabic guy was fighting harder for the blacks and the Latinos than the blacks and Latinos. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? And that's why I say us Latinos have to clean house. We need to clean house. I got my broom. Who got the dustpan? I want some trash to sweep up here. Okay, we have to clean house. We have to get the sellouts out, those that have, turned their backs, sold out their community, although they pretend to be for their community, but you can see by their actions that they're not. Anyone that believes Majority Leader Tasha Diaz's priority is her community is a fool. She killed the housing ordinance with her friend John Rubo. That guy never wanted it to begin with. Why are they so buddy-buddy? He's out there in Cerrado Park handing out meat to people that are barely affording their rent. And he kills the housing ordinance and comes back with nothing. Tasha comes back with nothing. But they're going to get it passed, and then they're going to take the credit for it. And it's not going to be 20%. And Tasha Diaz lives in affordable housing. Yeah. Suck my... Well, yeah. Yeah. Maybe Tasha has a picture. Yeah. Yeah. She does. She lives in affordable housing, but her pay increase. And if she were to actually factor in her husband that she says she has income, would they not be able to qualify for it anymore? All the while, Mr. Zahi Juris is having a whole lot of fun. He got his wife over at DPW. He got Tasha Diaz in. And he did all that by using Mike Khader. That was his way back in. They weren't going to let him in. So he showed them, I still got it. And then once he showed them he still had it, they said, damn, he still has it. So we need you back, Zahi. We need you back. But you got to do one thing. You got to get rid of Khader. And they went to everybody. Even Smith Bus Jacobs knew. Ask Smith Bus Jacobs about that $1 million contract they got with the city right before this popped off. Where did that $1 million contract come in with this new partner? Ask about that. I'm Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Thank you for joining me tonight. Remember, your bark was loud, but your bite wasn't vicious. And that post that you put up was quite bootylicious. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Come on. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm Freddy Vasquez. Have a great night. And look, you guys could say whatever you want about me. I have thick skin. Keep it to me. Don't go after my wife. You could bring up CPS case. I talk about it all the time, folks. If you don't know, if you haven't heard, I had false allegations levied against me and my wife. Well, actually, it was against me. They tried to. It was family members. Then they tried to get my wife fired at her previous job. It was a personal family thing. And, unfortunately, according to the people we spoke to, officials and everybody, it's something that happens often. 84% of CPS calls are fake. Are false. That's a fact. And in fact, I'm actually helping 2 families now, currently. I would show you the messages, but I don't want to do that because some people may not believe me. But yes, since then we've helped, and worked and tried to help a lot of people from across the country because they heard of our case. And we're glad that we spoke about it, because it was in speaking about it that other people came forward and felt more confident to speak about it because they felt ashamed, even though they were innocent. And I couldn't believe just how many people that were around me that this had happened to. And I didn't even know. But they came up to me and said, thank you. And we worked with county legislators and Senator Shelley Mayer to bring some changes to CPS. Also with Nancy Spiegler, director of DSS. And they themselves acknowledged that it was false. And they even, reprimanded, although they should have pressed charges, but they reprimanded those who, levied those false allegations. So, I have nothing to hide. And, I've never been arrested. I don't have any violent or medical, anything crazy, and a lot of it for me, I'm just a very outgoing person, very energetic, I've been through some down times in my life. I've been through a lot of crap, and to be here, I'm very happy and excited. I don't take anything for granted, and sometimes I don't take life as serious because I know that I cannot be here tomorrow. And I want to see good in life, and I want to see change, and I want to do good. because that's really the only reason why we are all put here, is to do good, help each other, love each other. All right. So, that's what I'm trying to do. It's what I'm trying to put out there. So, but listen, I understand with the podcast is going to come criticism, is going to come negative comments. People are not going to like what I say. And I apologize, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And what I mention is a fact. It's a documented public fact. I didn't mention the things that are not public because I know those things too. I didn't attack family members because that's not fair game. But you know that you are in the game. You are a player. You may not be an elected official, but you are a player. The same way Zahi Jeris is a player. He may not be an elected official, but he's a player. And you guys impact and affect things here in the city of Yonkers, specifically when it comes to political matters, and that affects ultimately our communities. So absolutely, you will be brought up, and not because you are relevant. Because I wouldn't want to be relevant the way you're relevant. That's not a badge of honor. So Latinos, those who want to create change, Hispanics, I will be reaching out to you guys. It's time to create change, folks, and everyone, not just Hispanics, everyone here in the city of Yonkers. And I know it, I feel it, and I can tell by what you guys say and how you say it and how you reach out to me. Thank you. I appreciate those who support me. And I know not everyone's going to like me, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Thank you for joining me tonight. Again, I love you guys. I appreciate everything. Always. Yes. Wepa, you are a Latina woman. Jake, have a beautiful night. As the famous Tasha Diaz likes to say,
let's get it popping.
That's right. Thank you, folks. Thank you for joining me. I'm Freddy Vasquez. Please share, like, comment. I appreciate it all. I am Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics, the KhaderGate.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vasquez.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were. I went to Yonkers Public Schools. I don't think you did. We can go on all night with this, honey.
Game over.
No!